feel good, feel strong. Going 70 camp is fun, man. Eating a lot more than used to, so that's good. Shout out to my coaches, you know, shout out to Ryan Lazarus, he had to figure it out. Shout out to my man Keo, he had Westside Striking, Uncle Mike them, opening the doors, letting me be able to hit mitts over there. They came in clutch.
That's it. Nice, that's it. Very nice.
With the highly anticipated rematch just weeks away, Max Holloway is leaving no stone unturned in his preparation, grinding through grueling sessions, sharpening every detail, and tough strength and conditioning session. With the anticipated rematch between Conor McGregor and Max Holloway. Years after their first meeting, both fighters have built legendary careers, making this rematch even bigger than the original. McGregor is aiming to make a statement in his return to the octagon, while Holloway has the perfect opportunity to settle the score and prove how much he's evolved since their first fight. With elite striking, endless experience, and plenty of pride on the line, this is all the makings of an unforgettable main event. Now we want to hear from you. Who are you backing in this rematch? Can Conor McGregor make a triumphant comeback? Or will Max Holloway finally get his revenge? And how do you think the fight ends, with a spectacular knockout, a submission, or a 5-round war that goes the distance?
My third MMA practice. Glad to be back here on the headquarters, man. As you guys can see, we got special guests. We got Jack down here, Jack Della with us. You know, fucking former champion and animal at 170, so I'm excited to have him in camp.
Maturity, definitely. Change in training.
That's it. Nice, that's it. Very nice. Great.
I just need to be smart. I need to fight my game plan. I need to go in there, you know, do what I gotta do to get my hand raised. And
final week of preparation is underway, and neither Conor McGregor nor Max Holloway is holding back. With brutal training clips now making the rounds ahead of UFC 329, the hype has reached another level as both stars send a clear message. Nick Barnhill believes Conor McGregor remains one of the hardest punchers in the division, despite his lengthy layoff. Barnhill suggested that McGregor's size, power, pinpoint accuracy, and elite southpaw striking could create problems for Max Holloway, especially if he is able to establish his physical presence early in the fight.
You're not gonna lay a glove on me, and even if you do lay a glove on me, I'm gonna laugh in your face. It's another world here against me, and it's another world at this weight. I'm going to come out of this bout unscathed and in all glory.
We talk about ancestors, we talk about warriors, bro. I'm a Hawaiian warrior, brother. I'm going to touch your face over and over again, brother. I already know this, brother.
Experience and championship pedigree will be enough to make a successful return, while others see Max Holloway's pace, durability, and relentless volume overwhelming him over 5 rounds. One thing is certain, when these two fan favorites step into the octagon, all the predictions will finally be put to the test. Who do you think walks away with the win?
And Max has a claim to Conor. Max came and fought Conor on Conor's second time in the UFC. It was his second time. I was there for it. This is massive. He was the main event of the undercard. Big deal. Max was 20 years old. The time of that fight, Max was the youngest person signed to the organization, any weight class.
A clear sign that the camp is all about performance and recovery, not just built legendary careers, making this rematch even bigger than the original. McGregor is aiming to make a statement in his return to the octagon, while Holloway has the perfect opportunity to settle the score and prove how much he's evolved since their first fight. With elite striking, endless experience, and plenty of pride on the line, this is all the makings of an unforgettable main event. Now we want to hear from you. Who are you backing in this rematch? Can Conor McGregor make a triumphant comeback? Or will Max Holloway finally get his revenge? And how do you think the fight ends, with a spectacular knockout, a submission, or a 5-round war that goes the distance?
It's too hard to say. Conor's been out
Like, we don't know what we're going to see, which version of Conor we saw. Like, even the last fight that we saw him in didn't look great. Yeah, I understand he got injured and stuff like that, but the one before that wasn't great either. You know, like in his prime, his striking would have been the best in the UFC. Like, I think his timing and combos and eyes were just sensational. So, yeah, I think that version of Conor is very dangerous for anyone. And seeing Max at 170, I don't know what that's going to look like either. You know, I think he looked great at 155 last time, but now this is another step up. Conor's obviously been moving around at 170 for a while now, so I think he's much more comfortable in that weight division.
Whether Conor McGregor can immediately recapture the form that once made him one of the sport's biggest stars after spending years away from elite competition. He explains that Max Holloway's relentless pace, constant pressure, and ability to overwhelm opponents with volume create one of the toughest styles, that his training camp has been going well and that he feels in peak condition. He described this phase as the toughest part of camp, with the intensity rising across his MMA and jiu-jitsu sessions, adding that he embraces the demanding workload.
Was there ever a point where you thought you would never come back, that your final act, if you will, in the UFC would be that fight against Dustin Poirier?
No, I always knew I'd come back. This is the pain game. Who can last the longest? Who can withstand? And I can withstand. And there you go, I'm back. You know, I've been out for a few years. Let the people say what they wish, whether it is good or bad. I don't pay attention to it. I don't let it enter me. I stay centered and grounded, and that's where I'm at. I'm back. I knew I was going to come back. I learned a lesson inside the octagon on July 11th and prove that what I say, that these men are not on my level. And I'm excited to do so.
Expanding on that point, Daniel Cormier argues that ring sharpness naturally fades without regular competition. He believes McGregor's best version could still compete with anyone, but insists the overall level of MMA has continued to evolve during his absence.
Max wanted this fight bad. Max believes that he is now better than he ever was, or at least better than he was when they fought the first time. Obviously, that's proven, right? In all the title defenses, all the great fights, the big fights. Max Holloway lost that last fight and earned a bigger opportunity than he would have gotten had he been the BMF champion.
Meanwhile, Usman Nurmagomedov questions whether Conor McGregor will successfully make his return or even reach a fight with Max Holloway. He believes the long absence is a major obstacle, although he admits a successful comeback would generate enormous excitement across the cult for McGregor the longer it lasts. He points to Holloway's durability, relentless work rate, and comfort competing at welterweight as factors that could gradually take over, suggesting McGregor remind everyone why he became one of the biggest stars in MMA history, or will Holloway's activity, pace, and durability prove too much to overcome? The hype is increasing every day as UFC 330 is inching closer, and Ian Gary knows the importance of this fight, and that's why he has invited his countryman Conor McGregor to his camp to assist him and reignite the Ireland his striking, showcasing sharp pad work as he continues to fine-tune his stand-up. The session highlighted his speed, timing, precision, and fluid combinations, reflecting the emphasis he is placing on polishing every aspect of his striking. Makhachev presenting one of the toughest challenges of his career. Ian Machado Gurry is leaving no stone unturned in training camp. Along with sharpening his boxing and pad work, he has been putting extra focus on his leg kicks and overall striking, aiming to be fully prepared for every challenge the Dagestani champion could bring. In explaining about his confidence to beat a guy like Islam, Ian Gary shares that it comes from believing he creates the same problems for opponents that Makhachev does. At the same time, he praises the champion's accomplishments, calling him the best fighter in the world, recognizing his two-division success. On the other hand, Islam Makhachev is also focused in his training camp and getting himself ready to defend his belt against one of the best welterweights right now. He knows that a win over Gary will strengthen his legacy, way to prove himself and build a legacy. He argues that a victory over Makhachev would leave no doubt that he is the best welterweight in the world and put him in the conversation as the sport's new pound-for-pound number. An inside look at camp, Islam's coach, Saifullah Magomedov explains that Islam Makhachev's training camp is in full swing, with the entire team fully focused on preparing him for his next challenge at welterweight. He says every session is centered on making sure Makhachev is ready for the demands of competing at 170 pounds. Makhachev admits Gary is a difficult opponent to study because of his movement, rhythm, and striking style. However, he believes Michael Morales is the more complete fighter due to stronger wrestling and greater off. Rashad Evans believes the matchup is more competitive than he originally expected. He praises Ian Machado Gary's ability to make adjustments during fights, solve problems in real time, and mix together accurate, deceptive offense with smart decision-making. Gary has shown moments where he allows opponents to build momentum, warning that those lapses could become especially costly against the relentless pressure of Islam. Fourth, Gary insists this is the fight that matters most. He says his full focus is on August 15th, where he plans to do everything possible to finish Makhachev and leave with the wealth that Ian Machado Gary is naturally the bigger fighter and enters the contest with complete confidence. While O'Malley acknowledges that confidence alone does not guarantee success against a champion like Islam Makhachev, he believes it remains one of the most important qualities an elite fighter can have over Ian Machado Gary. He believes Gary's movement and ability to disrupt an opponent's rhythm create unique stylistic problems, making this a far more continues to grow. The big question now is whether Gary can use his size, movement, and striking to hand Islam Makhachev his biggest challenge yet, or if the champion once again proves why he remains one of the most dominant fighters in the sport. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest UFC news and breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.